Hey everyone, Charley Murdock here with round 5. Unfortunately, it looks like we have lost the round 4 video due to some technical difficulties, so I apologize for that. Unfortunately, we did not win that match, so we are sitting at 2 and 2 here going into round 5. And unfortunately, we're on the draw, but we do have a pretty good 7 card hand, so we're going to keep. Yeah, we played a doubling season combo deck in round 4, and I had him at 1 in game 1, and I had him a turn away from dead in game 2, and still could not get there, unfortunately. All right, so our opponent seems to be on the mono green devotion plan, that Arbor Elf. So I think we're just going to want to be as fast as we can. I'm going to lead with a brushland. I suppose if he went Beast Within on my brushland, that'd be pretty bad. Did not think about that, but I don't think he's going to be that aggressive. Maybe not mono green. Ooh, uh-oh. That's a problem. We're gonna need some help here. Luckily we got do have double displacer, and later I can cast Drowner, assuming of course that my Noble Hierarch survives for a while here. We will be able to cast a second displacer regardless, but yeah, oof. So yeah, if I can get the Drowner, then I get the 2 Scions, then I can add colorless mana. Um, You just don't see Blood Moon too often, especially game 1, that we're too worried about it, but there is some vulnerability here. Alright, let's see what I'm up with. Stone Rain. Alright, this is the thing that he is trying to do. Hmm. Alright, so obviously, well, he doesn't have double red. He didn't play a land. So obviously, Anger of the Gods. So we have 2 basic forests. Get an attack for 5 now. I think I'm going to be. I think I'm just going to try to be aggressive, especially since he might just have another Stone Rain. So we're going to hope he can't either doesn't have an Anger of the Gods or he can't get to it in time. So we'll just try to get as much damage in as we can. I do not love our position right now, though. Yeah. Okay, probably not an Anger of the Gods in his hand. Bonfire for 1. Okay. Forest? No. Alright, well, our hand is locked down. But these 2 3/3s might be enough. Does have a lot of mana available to him next turn. Alright, it's got 6 mana available to him now. 2, 4, 5, 6. So he can't bonfire me for 3 this turn, luckily. But he could do some Primal Command stuff. It's probably what we're going to be facing here. Batterskull. Well, if I could find colorless source somehow. Yeah. Certainly very frustrating. This is a powerful and non-interactive card. Things you want to be looking to do in Modern, I guess. Alright, he has infinite mana and still something to do with the last card in his hand. Probably Bonfire. Yeah, looks like a Bonfire. Yep, you got it. Alright, so definitely Gut Shot. Definitely Stubborn and Now, Negate. Possibly Unified Will. Probably not that. Probably these guys. And not Cage. Alright, so actually want to keep these all in. Cut most of these. Cut these. Cut a path. I don't think there's just going to be too many targets for them. Definitely keep the Boreal Druid in. So that's one of my few outs there. Yeah, and we just got to hope that we can, stop his Blood Moon. I don't know if he's going to be playing. I mean, Utopia Sprawl enables a turn 2 one. So I don't know if he's playing Simian Spirit Guides or not. But yes. All right, this is it is lacking threats, so I can cast. Should be able to cast anything, and I can kill whatever Utopia sprawls up. It's such a slow hand, but like any Thought-Knot Seer Reality Smasher off the top is gonna be pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna keep not in love with it, but we're gonna try. All right, we're gonna start off with the Hierarch here. My Boreal Druid is actually more valuable. Drowner of Hope. Okay. Yeah, so I just want to do this. I want to get this Boreal Druid down. Go ahead and kill this land. That should just set him back long enough that hopefully I can get this Drowner down. And if I can get this Drowner down, I should be pretty far ahead. That is a pretty good draw. I think we'll go ahead and fetch for a Plains here. Just because if he has 2 Blood Moons in his hand, won't be a lot we can do. Okay, alright, this is beatable, I think. Though I don't know what this Acid Moss is. I assume it kills a land. Sure, so you're going to have 4 land next turn. You have Stone Rain. It's coming turn. So this one ramps you. B-Skull, B-Skull. You can beat a better Skull with Drowner. So 5 mana next turn, but then you get... Do this. You're going to go get Colored Source. Yeah, I think we just take Stone Rain. Just leave them without a play. 4 mana, kill your land. There we go. Whatever it was called. Acid something. Yeah, these are not very good against him. They can handle a Batter Skull though. Plays his force and has no plays. Oh, jeez. Alright, this is looking more and more like a game we will be able to win. I'll do this pre-combat. Probably not. Yep. Right. Obstinate Baloth. Alright, you can have a Baloth next turn, but you cannot have Acid Moss. Playing this on tap to, of course, path his blocker, so you'll be at 17. I'll crack for 9. And that gives me 2 turns to draw a land to cast this. Nothing else happens. Sure, that's I didn't even write it down. Alright, it's dead. Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and play this out so I can cast Drowner next turn if he doesn't do anything else. So put him to 8, and then I'll be able to cast Drowner after he casts his Batter Skull with these 6, and then tap his Batter Skull. Attack for 8. And he played. Oh, didn't play anything. Got the mountain off the path, but yep. So we win. As long as I don't mess this up. Sees the writing on the wall. Alright. I mean, I guess this is probably going to be good. On the draw, though, maybe less good. Gate and Stubborn Owl. Does have a lot of mana, and I'm not necessarily going to have 4 mana creature. But I just got to be able to just get him when he goes for the fast one. Got another path. Oh, do I like that? Explosives can kill his elves and the Utopia Sprawl, so I probably still want all 3. Still want this. Actually, I'm going to go to one Dismember, one Path. Possibly supposed to be two Dismembers. Because I can still cast it if he Blood Moons me. Yeah, that's a good point. Alright. Do a lot of damage to myself, but he's not really pressuring me too hard early on, so it shouldn't be a concern. We're just wrestling over control of the lands and what have you. Okay, yeah. He's mulliganing? Sure. I am just going to try to get these down as soon as I can. So he kept it on top. How lucky. Alright. Yep, I am not going to get fancy. I am just going to... Well, so I can't stop it anyways. Yeah, there's enough good cards for me to draw where I need to try to delay it between my counter spells and everything else. Ugh, God, it's so much better if that was a gut shot. Like, to the point where I feel way ahead. Sure. It's also pretty good. At least lets me get this matter reshaper going. But, jeez, I don't think I can afford to. Like, I need to get this hierarch down while I can, but that's not... I don't have colored things anyways. I'm just, like, kind of dead if he Blood Moons me next turn. There's not much I can do about it, fortunately. This would have been a really good two-temple game. Thought not Seer here would be devastating. Yeah, so like I could play the Noble Hierarch and that gives me game if I do draw a Boreal Druid. Whereas if I go Temple and he just Blood Moons me next turn, I've got to find both a forest, one of the two forests, and then a Boreal Druid. But we'll have a Matter Reshaper down, so I have a little bit of pressure, and then if he just has one, then I can draw a Dismember. Alright. We're going to play like he doesn't have it. And I'm not even sure what correct is. Has it or doesn't have it. Like, I'm kind of just in a lot of trouble if he has it. Did keep sex, so he had a reason to. Oh, Stone Rain. Okay, that is fine. I'm fine with that. Ooh. So he definitely would Blood Moon if he had it there. So I think we're going to play out this Hierarch here. I'll leave open blue. Bluff it. Bluff a Stubborn Denial, that is. Just get an extra point of damage this way as well. And then next turn I can Thought-Knot's here, though I don't think I'd be taking anything from him other than well, he might have like the 4-mana Stone Rain spell, but if he's stuck on lands, I make it. All right, that's interesting. I guess he just drew it. Brutal. I think I'm supposed to just Explosives for 1 and keep him on 2 mana and just see if I can go the distance here. So I will get to deal 4 this turn because I'll do that first, and then 4 turns. Just hope that 2 mana is where he stays. Also, there is some thought that I'm supposed to be playing a Waste in this deck, but Or I could like path my own thing and do that. God, this also takes me off of colors for the rest of the game. Like I'm just now all in on this if I do this. Didn't have anything else to do last turn. Wait, I can still cast Drowner if I draw it and get out of it. You might try to play like an Arbor Elf or something next turn, so maybe I get some more value. It's worth bluffing in the gate. I could play out the Engineered Explosives and just leave it, so that way if he... Yeah, I'm just gonna play it out there and let it sit. Just draws the land. It's gonna be hard to beat an Obstinate Bailoff here in this situation. Sudden Shock. Well, I mean, that's the thing. But it's not really too big of a problem. I feel like he's actually supposed to kill this. Ooh. Well, that would be the start of something. And I'm obviously holding this so I don't expose it to land destruction thing. We will hold this until we find, well, geez, what would we find? Like Ancient Stirrings? Well, what would I get off Ancient Stirrings? I don't even know. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do this now so he doesn't untap with extra mana. So he didn't have anything to do for 4 mana that turn, but he could still draw something. Okay, probably had that, if I had to guess. So this will put him back to 4 mana. Man, draw that Plains. This is actually the first time in Blood Moon playing this deck. I've played probably 40 matches, I would guess, with this deck so far. So it does not come up often. But the 2-2 bracket of a league, certainly somewhere it could. So I think he probably likely has like a Batter Skull in hand and is just trying to hit his land as this game is played out. I could have drawn a Bailoff in the last 2 turn sequences as well, including this one. Alright, so that's a problem because now he'll have 5 mana unless I find a way to kill his elf. Alright, does that do anything for me? No, unfortunately, he still just gets to go get a basic. Ugh. Ah, but if he doesn't find his 5th now, never mind. It's also just a mountain, so all that was also kind of silly. So sorry. I was thinking I might be able to keep him off 5 somehow, but I wouldn't be able to, and there's Blood Moon, so I'll play a mountain and pass. And everything in this game seems to suggest that he has a Batter Skull. Oh. Okay. So he's on Trump block? He's keeping me off mana, but my mana's not really doing anything. Like, the Blood Moon is plenty. Those were just threats in his deck. Oh, man. Alright. That's pretty good. Alright, we'll start with an attack. He's obliged to block. I now have ways to get around a Batter Skull this game. I advise my opponent to block. Wisely chooses to do so. Man, this thing is shining right now. That is a lot better than Birds of Paradise. Birds of Paradise would also be fine to cast this thing. Yes, alright, we did it. Cool. So Boreal Druid, chalk one up for that there. No, it looked like the Matter Reshaper was enough to win it as it went. Um, but I mean, that's one of the big reasons you put it in, just to get there. There are also still randomly games where you will be stuck without a colorless source. Very small percentage, but I would guess somewhere between 5 or 10%. Then even fewer of that subset where you have this thing. But there's some advantage there, and the Birds of Paradise isn't doing much as a 0/1 flyer. Anyways, so that was the league. We do manage to go 3-2 in it. Thanks guys for hanging out. And we'll see you again soon.